Hi Pisces. So at the heart of your read you have belief. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There's nothing to fear. You're constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you're flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. So this is a message from the angels here. And this is where, Pisces, you could be overthinking the future. You have the future here. Getting into this overactive mind of Virgo moon energy that we have today that can be a little bit too much, drowning in details. And especially when you get into the mind, the mental space, you can get all tied up. And that could be that you're envisioning strategies for the future at this time when it comes to what you're going to be doing, your work, how it is going to be working with your relationships, your family life, everything else. And here there's a need to let it go, because as you are now thinking of that future and the details of it, it's not real, it's an illusion because you're not there yet. And there might be other ways that you're not seeing. So a need here to see the big picture. And that means surrendering, believing that all is possible, especially here it's a note for women that maybe are thinking of having a family, babies, children, at the same time don't want to sacrifice their mission, their spiritual mission, their work, their creativity, if they want to be on the road, not on the road, finding the balance between being in the house and dealing with all of that at the same time, you know, being in the adventure. And Pisces, this year is about really laying the foundations here, laying the foundations for your dreams and not backing up from that. It's very important that you trust your path. You have here, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And that's so important, because if you do believe, trust that there will be support, there will be ways, there will be creative ways found to make everything work in perfect balance, the fears you're having right now are not founded. And what you need to really focus on right now is birthing this new age collectively and individually. You have birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So this new world has infinite possibilities. So don't start now, today, maybe limiting yourself. Because overall, Pisces, there's two things here. You have a very synchronistic reading. We have 11-11, 3-3-3-3, we have 2-2-2. It's talking about how you're aligning here with the light. You have your vibration is rising, pillar of light. You are the oracle. So as you're rising, as you are slowly but surely feeling this kundalini here, 22, ignite your passion for life. You could be feeling symptoms of, you know, electricity, sweating in your hands, feeling that your whole body is, there's more space that is entering your cells, that you are sometimes feeling in fire, complete fire, and then having mood changes as well, mood swings, and that is not to be afraid of. The big thing also to know, Pisces, that when you're awakening, especially here your third eye vision, reclaim your mind, again, that's really switching from the old patterns of the ego mind that we just talked about that limits yourself, and then that is really dual thinking, and the third eye that really has clarity, clear vision, that has this Ace of Sword energy, divine vision. And this is letting your third eye and crown be the leader of your mental space. Letting that duality, the two paths ahead, become sacred divinity, become only one. And that means that you see beyond the perceived limitations. And if you have concerns, like we talked about yesterday, voice your concerns to your cosmic ancestors, to the universe. You can, in rituals, in orations, in prayers, feel this higher energy, this higher vibration and presence, and truly connect and bow down, with humility, and say, whatever needs to come, however, please show me the way. And the insights will come for sure. If you are in your third eye vision, if you are rooted in the unity and non-duality, which is not seeing good or bad, it's seeing deep. That means allowing yourself to disappear and only feel your way through. It's the intuition, and only stay close to your dreams and what feels good to you, and believing. Now, when you are awakening, that I was just starting to talk about, you often go through this very difficult time in your life. You might feel like in a tunnel, where there's no light, where, again, you're seeing everything very negatively, like it's hell, and you don't see any way out. That is called the dark night of the soul, and you have 11 here. Life brings new meaning, but that is really, truly, the true awakening happens when we go through that tragedy, where we are rock bottom, where we can't go further down. And because for the true crumbling to happen, you have to feel the depth of darkness, and that is where the darkness becomes the light. And once you shift, when you pass this threshold, you start to rise. But there has to be this falling so that you can actually feel the light, because without the dark there's no light, without the light there's no dark. But at one point there's only this, there's only it, there's only expanded state of consciousness. And that is when you find yourself living in this world but not being of it. And that's the true freedom, where you're not suffering the world, but you're part of it, but you are only light. You have transcended. You have transcended the mud. Now, here it is about seeing the beauty in life, living light energy. Whatever is happening externally, whatever is around you, whatever circumstances are, maybe difficult or confusing, or maybe there are secrets, or you're not seeing things, you feel things are a bit shady, or, all of that. There's a need to always see the light within, because the beauty is always present. It is just a choice whether we see it, we choose to see it or not. It is truly your responsibility to tap into darkness or light. And that is why when we say there are two paths ahead. It truly means that. There's a path where you can continue, come back to what you were because maybe it was comfortable, but secure, safe. But there was no passion there, and so you can withdraw into that because it's so hard to let go of what you know, or actually your own suffering. Sometimes we're attached to the suffering or an old way of being, and it's extremely hard to completely take that leap of faith. But once you can shift, Pisces, once you truly believe and you have this strength of your spirit, your soul, that pushes you, that doesn't allow you to drown, that just is always up, 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 future, 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 right? There's no past here. There's only abundance, only seeing that and taking that leap of faith here. You have so many master numbers today that it's truly calling you to learn from the past, to believe in yourself at this time. This is the most important for Pisces. Believe in yourself and act as if, because you see clearly. It's just a matter of now not backing off because you feel, oh, I can't do it, or it's not for me, or all of that old self-sabotage stuff. Now it's time to allow the new, act as if, because there's always this moment where we need to act a little bit because we need to rewire, we need to recondition patterns, habits, way of being. So this could be at this time the transition here. But Pisces, always you're reminded that you're a healer of the ages. You have been healing, and you just need to trust at this time. You need to trust in those new beginnings here, because a new beginning is definitely here. And this new beginning comes from true heart compassion, where you have found this true happiness within yourself that doesn't depend on anything around you, anyone around you. You feel complete, you feel in sacred union with yourself. And then that brings this second situation I wanted to talk about here, Pisces. That is a twin flame for sure, because we have here the Emperor and the Empress that came back to back. Fertility and authority. So some of you could be very fertile this time, very creative. That could be, children in the horizon as well. This is also you tapping into your Emperor mode, right? We talk about that. The Emperor energy is Aries energy, which is the initiator, which goes, doesn't back off, is a bit impulsive sometimes, but here just takes action, goes for it, has the fire within to achieve what it has in mind. And that is the force that is pushing you here, Pisces. But yeah, we do have a soulmate energy, twin flame energy here, and we see it here with memories of love, Six of Cups, and spiritual union. So this is very significant, especially when I see all the repetitive numbers, 1111. This is definitely in numerology a sign. So definitely if you're going through that situation, we've talked about that, Pisces, it triggers a lot of emotional wounds, traumatic wounds, abandonment issues, and all of that, all of those lower patterns of attachment. And so here you might be called to realize that you can trust also in this relationship, in this situation, that this is not going to be like it was, that there is something much more profound, and that space can be put in as well. You don't have to be so, because this relationship is so intense, and it brings also two energies that are rising. So it could also, you two could also be feeling symptoms of Kundalini, because the union of those two energies can be extreme. But in this intensity, we're learning to find the space, find the trust where there is confidence within yourself, with your own wholeness and the wholeness of the other, and those two solitudes can cohabit together, can share, and can grow together. And that doesn't mean that you need to be physically always together. There's always this balance that needs to be found. But at the soul level, you two are in union. And again, in those relationships, you know, there's a lot of triggers with karmics, with often there's one that is more spiritually evolved than the other, and maybe the one that is not so evolved still has issues of, you know, reptilian energy, body attachment, body ego seduction, or needing attention, or all of those issues that come with being human. And those anxieties, that darkness, maybe the situation the person is coming from, all of that might be playing out and testing you, testing the light, testing your strength, testing how you can stay whole in this whole thing. And here you have triumphant success, which is this Ace of Swords, which is the divine clarity too, that we talked about, the non-dual third eye vision. This is talking about finding true clarity, finally here, I think, Pisces, that you're getting to the point where you are not letting yourself emotionally drown into the attachment, obsession of the other. You're starting to see that you have a mission, and that involves another, and it's a beautiful thing, but also that you're one and a whole being, and you don't need per se the other person. And that's the true freedom. It's where you're no longer afraid, you don't have the fear that this is gonna hurt, or that the person is gonna be betrayal, or, you know, all of those petty things, because you find that overall and before all, the priority is that you are on a mission, that you are at a cause of love for healing more people, for healing all people, this person, whoever they're dealing with. It's a higher perspective of the heart, the true compassion, and you might be learning that, and that might be freeing you here from lower consciousness thinking. Because look, Pisces, this relationship is showing up here, 33 here again, door to romance, caring connection. It's beautiful love energy, and door to value. So this partnership is also bringing abundance when it comes to work, when it comes to your life in general. So there's no need to be tied up, no need to back off. You can sometimes pause, be in the hermit mode a little bit, find your own space. But here, we are not seeing anything major that could break this. The only thing that could break you is yourself, it feels. Because the owl is coming twice. You have the owl spirit here, you see clearly now, and mindful wisdom create inner harmony. Only as you find again this space within you, as you evolve spiritually, you set your heart free. And all that was hidden, all of the scorpionic energy, right, the secrets that we see, all the secrets are more those unconscious fears that need to be released, that we've talked about. You see clearly now just go for it. She's on her path here to the light. You have evolved, you are evolving, just stay there, Pisces, okay? Just believe. So I hope this was helpful for you, Pisces. I will see you in your tarot.